So here's a fun story. Went to the Dragon on Sunday with a couple friends, Steve and Keith. We started in Newaygo State Park. We're going to do a full clockwise loop around. We get to section 9 a little bit before we come into Big Bend Park. Caught up to a couple guys. Keith's riding along. He thought to himself, you know what? I'm going to ride this rock feature. It turns out that probably wasn't the smartest plan he had for the day. Now, his initial takeoff looked pretty good, but things started to go downhill pretty quickly. Yeah, as we all know, I'm no expert on doing jumps, but I'm pretty sure your wheels aren't supposed to be horizontal to the ground. You know, every crash has this point of no return, this point where, recovery is no longer an option, and now it's just a matter of trying to minimize the impact. Again, not an expert, but I think Keith has reached that point. So he wanted to do this nice tuck and roll, but if you look closely, you'll notice his left foot is still glued to the bike for most of the crash, and that's going to make that tuck and roll almost impossible to do. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you break your collarbone. Watching in slow motion, a lot of you look at it and say, well, geez, I would have done this or I would have done that, and I would have not crashed. So here's a crash at regular speed. You'll find out there's not much time to react. I'll finish up by pointing out that Keith rode 17 more miles all the way to Brower Park with a broken collarbone, where he bummed a ride from a nice lady in a pontoon boat who took him back to Newaygo State Park to wait for Steve and I to arrive.